Hello, everybody, and welcome to Module 5. This is your final module, so congratulations for completing the summer semester. If you would like to volunteer in our I Can Do It program in the fall, if we're able to have face-to-face labs, and you'd like to be a part of that, please let me know. And if you'd like other information on volunteer opportunities in the future, please let me know. We're going to go over the example final paper, final research paper, and the final reflection. So you have 2 assignments left. So you should be finishing up your categorical and discussion board 4. And on discussion for the final paper, you will not have to post this with your peers. This will go directly to me. And if you want to add in any bonus points, you can add that in your final paper. So let's go ahead and look at the final example final paper. All right, let's see if this is the right one. Okay, so impacts of swimming as a form of physical fitness for individuals with autism spectrum disorder, running, head, swimming with autism. Okay, introduction goes through the review of literature with subheadings. Each article should be described. The results should be analyzed, and you should also look at the analysis and provide some type of individual discussion that you can talk about without saying the word I. And so as you see in these example papers, these individuals talk about the actual method, looking at different research articles, and then also using other research to support their evidence. So they go through their three different articles. Good APA here, scrolling down, adding the discussion to the final. So each paper should have a discussion and a future recommendation section. Okay, so you'll have a couple paragraphs, maybe 3 to 4 paragraphs per section, maybe 2 for the discussion, 3 to 4 for the final. And what you're going to do is discuss the results and also describe any type of implications from the results. So where do you think this research is headed? What are the questions that you have maybe about the studies themselves or as a research as a whole? And then also recommending future ideas and studies. Okay, so that will be part of your final paper. Remember to look at this example paper when we're going over your final paper, and this has got really good use of APA, as you see here, and it also has really good organization and sequential reasoning, and it talks about the results, talks about the methods, and it also shows you the different types of organization of the paragraphs. Okay. All right. So as far as your rubric goes, you're going to have corrections that I'm going to have you edit. So everyone should have gotten their paper corrected. And what you'll do is you'll take those corrections and you'll edit your paper and include the corrections. So you'll be graded on how well you correct and edit those questions I have. So if I ask you questions, or if I ask for more in-depth, or if I wanted to a definition somewhere, make sure that you add that correction, because I'm going to be examining both papers. Discussion, you'll be discussing the research findings, connecting the literature, synthesized information brought up, and you'll bring up interesting ideas or debates, future recommendations. So you're going to elaborate deeply, consider new research based on literature review, or student attempts to create a study using research methods and designs adequate for propositions. So you'll be talking about what you think a future study might look like, or you can consider the new research and talk about what that new research might look like. So future recommendations for future research. Organization, excellent organization, subtopics, concepts within the subtopics, clear, logical, appropriate transitions, and coherent paragraphs facilitate chapter organizations. And APA, most citations present correctly formatted using APA roughly. 2 or few errors throughout the paper and references. Okay, so that's how you'll be graded for the final paper. Okay, if you have questions about editing your final paper, or if you want to go over a Zoom one-on-one, I'd love to help you edit those papers. Writing is something that takes a lot of time and effort, and I understand if it's one thing that you'd like a little bit of help with. So if you want some help this week, please reach out. And then you have your final reflection. Your final reflection will be a reflection regarding lab and lecture and what your experience was. And you'll also have some talking points for your final reflection. So I'll ask you to describe the purpose of the report, and you'll then talk about the programs or facilities and other personnel and participants that you observed through the readings, through the videos. You'll summarize your accomplishments, whether it was the writing aspect or whether it was maybe completing some of the exercise videos, and then also talk about your performance in class. You'll have a general overview synthesis of the semester spent in 415. What skills, attitudes, and knowledge insights did you acquire during your experience in and throughout 415 during the semester? Okay, the reflection is a combination of reflective thinking skills, which is self-awareness, self-assessment, and journaling. The most important aspect of reflection is to show if the experience has provided you with any new patterns of thinking. What has happened with your thinking about physical activity, students with disabilities, virtual hands-on volunteer work, etc. And even if you want to talk about the writing assignment, summarize your accomplishments and self-analyze your performance. Conclusions, recommendations about your experience in terms of interests, needs, and abilities, and future directions for your desired career. So when writing your final reflection, include the following elements. So we talked about those different elements, and you should be double space, professionally written, and approximately 2 to 3 pages in length, organized with appropriate headings. Reflection should provide depth and insight into the experience and reflect the meaning the class had for you. So we'll be talking about an introduction of the report, basically, what you're going to be describing. You're going to talk about your virtual practicum. You're going to talk about the organization, purpose, facilities, staff, and any personnel participants that you viewed in any of the videos. Summarize your accomplishments in this class, summary of duties and responsibilities, total time watching class, or leadership skills attained or improved on. So what do you think you accomplished in the class? And then talk about your performance. How do you think you performed in the class? Strengths, areas of further development, problems, questions. So this is more of a final self-reflection. And then also conclusions, recommendations. Conclusions about the placement in terms of your interests, needs, and abilities, and future directions for your desired career. How practicum experience assisted you in this realm. So that would be the virtual practice. Practicum experience. So what out of those videos that you watched maybe will help you in your future career? Okay, and you'll be talking about this in your final reflection. So make sure, if you haven't already viewed the final example paper, please view this. It's a very good example. If you're looking to get above an 18 out of 20 for the final, make sure that you take care of those corrections and edits. And this is your final module, so get it done. Congratulations. And if you need any help this week, please reach out, and talk to you later. Bye.